Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book. As always, I am your boy, Big Al Better. Appreciate you guys as always for tuning in. If you guys are new to the channel, we do NBA betting on this channel. We do all sorts of betting. NBA, we do some NHL. It's been a little inconsistent, but we do that. And then our big sport is NFL. So if you guys bet on the NFL, then you'll want to come back as football season starts to ramp up here. We'll have, no, we won't do preseason games, but we'll have picks for, we do a breakdown of the schedule for the season, and we do a bunch of NFL stuff on the channel, me and Maddie Bets. But as far as basketball, you're here for the NBA playoffs. That's what we're talking about. If you guys are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. It always helps with the algorithm and everything. Also, let me know in the comments if you guys found this entertaining or not. As always, it all helps. But for the first 5 minutes, if you guys are new, we tend to recap how the night's bets went. It's going to end up being, I think, a little bit less of time than that for these since there's just one game per day now because we're in the conference finals. But if you guys are new, just go ahead and skip to about 5 minutes if you don't really care too much about the recap. That way I'm not wasting your guys' time. But if you have been here, we're going to hop into the recap. So we had Timberwolves Thunder tonight. The T-Wolves spread was 7.5 when I gave it out. The over-under was set at 218. I liked the under because the Thunder's defense had played really well, and a lot of those Warriors games against the T-Wolves had been low-scoring affairs, and then even some of those games against the Nuggets with the Thunder had been really low-scoring because the Thunder's defense had been praised for being really good, and the T-Wolves have a pretty good defense themselves. So anyway, the under does cash. They got to, I think it was 202 was the final score. It was right around 200 points, and then so we were well under the 218 number, and then we were on the Wolves plus 7.5, which looked great at halftime because they were up by 4. But unfortunately, the Thunder come back in a big way in the second half, and they kind of take control. There were a lot of questionable calls in that game, and I'm not just salty because we lost the bet, but there were a lot of calls that the refs were giving SGA to get into the free throw line that got Julius Randle was in foul trouble, Anthony Edwards in foul trouble, Jaden McDaniels fouled out of the game. And Jaden McDaniels is arguably their best defender. So there were just a lot of questionable calls, and almost all Jaden McDaniels fouls were on SGA. Like he would bump you and then flail and throw the ball up, and he'd get called. I don't know. I get that part of that's part of the game. Some of the floppings a little bit, but as aggressive as it was tonight with some of those was just kind of brutal. But anyway, so we go 50% on the on the big picks of the game. So the plus 7.5, we lose on that, and then the under 218, we cash on that. As far as prop parlays, I only made a short, so if you guys didn't see it, I'm sorry, didn't have a main video out for you guys for this game, but I did just give out 2 picks. I said Julius Randle 20 points. He had that basically. I think he actually had that at halftime. He either had the 20 or it was 18 at halftime. And then I had Anthony Edwards for 3+3s, and he cashed that, I believe, also before halftime, which was pretty awesome. So the 2 prop bets hit. I think Randle 20 points was a minus 150-ish number, depending on the bookie shop. And then Ant's 3 threes. I think his line for over/under was either 3.5. I think it was 3.5. So to get him for 3 would have been a little minus money as well. But two good picks. If you parlayed them together, you probably did pretty well. I didn't do that. I just gave those out because it was a short on YouTube, and those aren't very long. So I was just like, hey, prop players I like. Randall had been killing it for us, so we're gonna probably be riding that the whole entire series. But yeah, that's what I got. And then as far as the game before, because I wasn't here and didn't really get a recap, for Nuggets Thunder, we were on the Nuggets plus the 7.5. They obviously get slaughtered. And then we were also on the under on that game. And I believe they flew way over, if I remember correctly. It's been a couple days, so I can't remember exactly. But anyway, with that all being said, we're going to go ahead and switch the screen here. We're at about 4 minutes, so if you guys are just tuning, if you skip to 5 minutes, you're going to want to go back a little bit. But anyway, so for this one, we got Pacers taking on the Knicks. Should be an awesome series. I'm looking really forward to it. Obviously, the Knicks are favored. If we want to just do this, the series markets, we can just look at that real quick. So Thunder are big favorites against the T-Wolves, but then you've got Knicks, and this is just DraftKings. That's what I use because that's the book closest to me. But Knicks Pacers, it's almost a pick 'em. I didn't realize it was this close of a deal there. But so the Knicks are favored, but just barely, and they should be favored because I believe they were the higher seed in the regular season anyway. So, but anyway, let's get back to this game. So we got the Knicks Pacers over under set at 224. And the spread, as you guys can see on the screen, is 4.5. For this game, I was torn on what to do. So they played 3 times in the regular season, right? I like to go through and do my research and, get you guys some good information. So they went over this number in all but one game, and the game they didn't go over, they got to 223. So they were literally knocking on the door. And then As far as the spread goes, the Pacers won one, the Knicks won two, and none of the games were close. The game the Pacers won, they won it by 11 or 15, and then vice versa. When the Knicks won, they won by double digits both times. So if you think that's a good indicator of how the series is going to go, you're looking at a couple like whenever the Pacers win, they're going to win by a lot, and the Knicks. If we think that that's going to be the thesis going through this now. The book doesn't think so because they're keeping the spreads tight, but that's just, I think, because it's the Eastern Conference Finals. So, anyway, for this, if you are looking at it through those lens, not that you have to, but if you are looking at it, so we're going to be on the over, just right out the gate. We're going to be on the over. Two of the three games went over, and the third one was right there. It was knocking on the door. So we're going to take the over. Pacers have been playing like really fast-paced basketball, and even the Knicks have been scoring a bunch of points. So that Celtics series had a bunch of low-scoring games, and I understand that, but they're able to get out and scores, and I expect the Pacers to just run a lot on this team. Um, and the Knicks will be keeping up or trying to, outscore them. So I like the over. We will adjust as we have been doing if and when, if this game barely gets over 200, we'll be like, okay, yep, the book will adjust the number down and we'll adjust accordingly. But so I like the over for this game just based on how the regular season games went. And then as far as the spread, you basically got to pick a side because you got Knicks 1-2 blowouts, it's 10-point wins, and then Pacers win one blowout win. 10 plus point win. So you just have to pick a side here. I'm going to just take the underdog with the points. Not that I don't like the Knicks, but I do like the Pacers a lot. And I think you could say they kind of had an easier, not easier. They were more impressive beating the Cavs, I think, than the Knicks beating the Celtics. Not that the Celtics are any slouches. I mean, they were the reigning champs. But they took 6 games to do it, and the Pacers did it in 5 against the team in the East with the best record, which was the Cavs. And I get, Garland was hurt for a couple games, and Mobley missed those. I think he missed 2 games as well. I understand that, but Donovan Mitchell played incredible, dropping 40 points a game basically in every single game. So I like what the Pacers are doing. I think they're going to come in and try to steal. You want to steal a game, and I've said it through this whole playoffs. It's like if you're going to steal a game, it's game one. And we saw the Warriors steal game one. We saw the Timberwolves went into the Lakers' house and stole game one in the first round. And then you had, obviously you had New York go in and steal game one from the Celtics. You had the Pacers go steal game one from the Cavs. So if you're the road team, you got to go into the other person's house and you got to steal a game. So might as well make it the first game in the series to go steal versus trying to steal game 7 or game 5, right? Because you need to steal one and win your home games to win a series if you're the road team. So, I like the Pacers here to go in and do that. Now, if you're on the Knicks, no shame in that. I mean, obviously, like I said, it's a pick 'em. It's just based on which team you think is going to win the series, kind of. But for me, it's like I think if the Pacers I think they want this game. You want game 1 because then you can just lose game 2, go back home, and just handle your home games. So that's what I'm thinking. That's where I'm leaning. And I just like what the Pacers have been doing. As far as 4-pick parlays. I've got a pretty good one. I think it's a pretty good one for you guys in this one. And since we aren't really going to be building much, I'll just switch the scene here and build it for you guys right now. But Benedict Mathurin, when I was doing my research, he's had some great games against these dudes. He had some great games against these guys in the regular season. 20 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist in the first game. 38 points. He started this game. 38 points, 8 assists, or 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. And then in the final game, 18 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and he came off the bench in the 2, lower scoring point games. But I mean, his lowest number was 18 points. So for whatever reason, he's able to come in and just put the hurt on these boys. So I like him. He's going to be our first line. We're going to go player points. His numbers actually set really low for points, right? If you look here, Benedict Mathurin, it's set at 11, right? But we're not even going to take that. We're going to go to 15 at plus 240 as the first line in this parlay. No big deal. Next, we're going to go to rebounds. We're going to take Pascal Siakam for 5 in the games again. Now, it's a big minus money play, but we're still just going to throw it in there. We already have the plus money play with Mathurin that kind of outweighs the minus 500 with Siakam. But he went for 5, 8, and 5 against these guys. So 5 was his floor, so I like him to go for 5 again. Next, we're going to go for assists. We're going to scroll down to the over-unders. We're going to take Karl Anthony Towns under the 1.5. He was under 1.5 in all but one of the games in the last series. It's a plus 110 play also. But in the regular season against these guys, 0, 0, and then the final game he had 5. I got to move my hand to the camera. But Cat doesn't pass the ball a lot. He's just give me the ball, let me score, let me get rebounds. So he's not looking to like set other people up. So I like him under this 1.5 number here. And then our final line is going to be a guy that we've been playing all playoffs long, who's just been an incredible player, Josh Hart. On his PRA, we're going to take him for 25. Scroll down, find him for 25 plus PRA. I was going to take him for 30 because he's gone for 30 in every game against these guys. He's gone for 30, like all 3 in the regular season. And it is plus money, but I figured, you know what? It's already a plus 1,000 play. Why do we need it to be higher? Like, it's already going to 10x. We don't need to get greedy and try for the extra 5, have him land on 28 or 29, and then we lose because of Josh Hart. So that is the 4-pick parlay. It is Benedict Mathurin, 15 plus PRA. Oh, no, just points. My bad, just points. Pascal Siakam, 5 plus rebounds. Karl Anthony Towns, under 1.5 assists. And then Josh Hart, 25 plus points, rebounds, and assists. Plus 1,000 right now over on DraftKings. Benedict Mathurin, like I said, I think he's kind of like, I don't know if, we'll see if he comes out and plays the same way in this series as he's played through the whole, the regular season series against these guys. But if he comes out, we're going to get incredible value on, because like that's what you try to do, right? You dig through, you try to find some lines where you can actually beat the book, and this is an area where I think you can beat the book. Just for reference, if you scroll down here to Mathurin for the combos, right? He went for over 20 against these guys in every game. If you take him for 20, it's plus 245, which if you just wanted to straight bet that, that's a great number. And even 15 is plus 100 PRA. And then if you go to his points, like I was telling you guys, he went for 18 was his low against these guys the regular season. He had a 20, and then the 38 was game he started. I don't expect him to do that in this game. But if you just scroll down to his points, I mean, you can take him at 18, which was his floor in the regular season, 475. If you just want to straight bet that also. But you could also just straight bet the 15 points at plus 240. So you straight bet him at 15 for PRA at 240, and then 15 points at 240. And if he catches the 15 points, he catches the other one, and bada bing, you throw down 2 units, or do a tenth of a unit, whatever, doubled up, so 2/10 of a unit, and you're going to go ahead and win basically almost a full unit back. Like that's, I guess it'd be closer to like 3/4 of a unit, but you get it. But yeah, Mathurin, I don't know, I didn't look into how many threes he shot. I don't know if he's a big 3-point shooter, but let's see what they've got his line for. Yeah, not really. I mean, they think he'll make 1, but yeah, I'm really big on Mathurin. That might all change after this first game, but based on what I was looking at when I was doing the research, I got excited. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys in this video. 12 minutes, almost 13 minutes long. We did do a little bit of a recap, and then obviously these are playoff games, so I like to kind of give you guys my mindset behind it a little more than just jumping in here and here's my picks about, but anyway, thank you guys as always for riding with me. I do appreciate it. Please like and subscribe, like I said, if you guys are new. And if you guys have any friends that gamble, let them know about the channel. We've had an incredible run through the second round. First round was kind of, we didn't do crazy good, but we didn't get killed either. And then the second round, we absolutely killed. And then so far in this final round here before the finals start, we've got 50%, and then I gave out 2 good prop bets. So yeah, once again, we're on the over 224, we're on the plus 4.5 with the Pacers, and then you guys have that plus 1,000 4-pick parlay. So like I said, thank you so much for tuning in. I do appreciate it, and yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.